What's up, everyone? It's Matt Johnson, the leader of the pack. So yesterday I had the opportunity to bless my son in front of the congregation at our church. And for those of you who don't know very much about our church, the Mormons, every first Sunday of the month we have what's called Fast and Testimony Meeting. And the way that this works is you have 24 hours where you go without any food or drink. And in the sacrament meeting, you have this opportunity to stand in front of the congregation and bear your testimony. Tell the people of the church what you believe is true, and you just have this opportunity to teach the congregation. So here's what I find so fascinating about it. You are in this room with hundreds of people who are there because they believe the same thing. They have the basic foundations and beliefs as you. And one thing that happens whenever someone gets up, without fail, there's always someone who gets up and says, "I'm really nervous to do this." And everyone talks about how nervous they are, how afraid they are to get up there, and how reluctant at first they were to stand up in front of the congregation and bear what they believe to express their beliefs to this congregation. And remind you, everyone's there and they all believe the same thing. So, why do I find this so fascinating? Why would we be afraid to share our beliefs with people who are there that believe the same thing? Why would we ever be afraid of what people would say about us, to being inadequate of who we are? You see, I use this example because this is a lot of the times how we are in life. People are afraid to express their beliefs. They express their beliefs on fitness and body, and everyone jumps up and says, "No, this is the way it's supposed to be." Everyone's trying to persuade you and tell you you're wrong or you're right. Everyone is trying to tell you that this is the way that fitness should be. CrossFit is right. Bodybuilding is right. This diet is right. This diet is right. And everyone is trying to tell you what church is right. Telling you, no, your church is wrong. Your church isn't true. You should go find a different God. You should believe in this God, or you shouldn't believe in this God. And everyone tells you the way that your marriage should look. Setting up these expectations. Telling you that, if your marriage doesn't look like this, if your relationships don't look like this, then you're probably not doing it right. And the same thing goes with your business. If you set out to do what you want to do in life, people will always come back to you and tell you, no, you shouldn't go out on your own. You shouldn't go try to build your own business, your own brand. What you should do is go to that 9 to 5, make sure that you have safety and security in the money that you bring home. You see, people are reluctant to share their beliefs because they're afraid of the criticism and expectations of others. So what I would have you consider is that when you feel fear, when you feel like you are afraid to share your beliefs with others, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's at church, whether if it's in your community, consider that the reason you have that is because you have this expectation of what something should look like. And when you have those expectations, oftentimes they are the expectations of others. That you are putting yourself in this story, that people's expectations should be your expectations. But what I found in my own life is that my expectations really are nothing. I don't need expectations. What I believe is who I am, and I can stand in that. And what I believe, it works for me. What works for someone else is what they believe, and that's beautiful. So do not be afraid or ashamed of the beliefs that you have. There is no right or wrong. The truth is that your beliefs must get you to what you want. If it doesn't, then I would invite you and challenge you to look at those beliefs and find what does work. So I find it very fascinating that people would go to church and be afraid to express their beliefs to what they found is true to the same congregation of everyone else. And yet we do this day to day in our community, in social media. We are afraid. We live in fear to express our beliefs. But that's what makes us beautiful and unique, is the beliefs that we have and the way that we find life working for us. So think about it. I'm Matt Johnson, the leader of the pack. I'm out.